Hi everyone, I'm Stella from Stella's Yarn Universe. I hope you're well. In this video, I want to show you how to crochet this rainbow wall hanging. I hope you don't mind that I don't have an amigurumi project for today. I just thought that this rainbow might make you smile and you can hang it in your home to brighten your days, or maybe you want to hang it in your window to cheer up the people who walk past your home. I used an 8-inch or about 20 centimeter embroidery hoop for this wall hanging and yarn in rainbow colors. So you'll need 6 different colors, and I used DK or light worsted weight yarn and a 3.5 millimeter hook, which is a size E4. This time I'm going to be using a 9-inch or roughly 23 centimeter hoop because I don't have a second one in this size, and also I just wanted to demonstrate that you can adjust the hook size or the yarn weight or even the tension, how tightly or loosely you crochet to match the hoop size that you have, because you might already have an embroidery hoop at home that you want to use, which might not be 8 inches in diameter. It might be larger or smaller, and even if you want to order one for this project, then you might not be able to get the 8-inch one. So I just want you to know that you can still make this project, and you just need to adjust the hook size or maybe the yarn weight, or perhaps only the tension. So I'll just use the same hook size, a 3.5 millimeter hook, and I will just try to crochet more loosely so my work will fit the larger hoop size, hopefully. Let's see how it goes. Also, we'll need a yarn needle just to weave in the ends, and scissors of course. We begin with the purple yarn and the magic ring. If you haven't done a magic ring before, you can watch my tutorial, which I'll link to in the upper right corner, or search for another method if this one isn't comfortable for you. Then we chain 3 and then we double crochet 8 in the magic ring. So double crochet in American terms is what I'm referring to. In British terms, we treble crochet. So just so you know, whenever I say double crochet, I'm referring to the American terminology. So if you're used to British terms, just treble crochet. That's 4. Oops. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then we pull the magic ring tight, and that's our first row complete. Now the 3 chains don't count as a stitch, so now in row 2 we chain 3 and turn our work, and this time we double crochet 2 in each stitch. 1, 2, oops, and 2, 1 and 2, 1 2. So once the row is done, we'll have 16 stitches. So this is the last stitch because we won't work into the third of the 3 chains. 2 in the last one, and that's row 2 done. So we're done with the purple yarn. Well, not quite yet. We'll need it again in the end, so that's why we don't cut off the yarn. Unless you don't mind weaving in ends, then you might want to break the yarn to, you know, so you don't get a tangled mess. But I'm gonna risk ending up with tangled yarn because I don't like weaving in ends very much. So now we join the blue yarn and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then turn our work and we continue with the blue yarn. So in row 3, we double crochet in the next stitch, and then we increase in the next stitch. So 2 double crochet in the next. And in the next stitch we double crochet 1 again, and then in the next one we double crochet 2. So we alternate between 1 and 2 double crochet. Again, 1 in here and 2 in the next, until we crochet in each stitch of the row, and then we will have 24 stitches. That's row 3 done. So we chain 3 again and turn. Now in row 4 we double crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and then we increase in every 3rd stitch. So 2 double crochet in every 3rd, and we do this 8 times in total, so we repeat it 7 more times, then 2 in the 3rd stitch, so that once the row is done we will have 32 stitches. And again, double crochet 1, double crochet 1, and increase. Row 4 is complete now, so we're done with the blue yarn, but again, don't cut it off unless you don't mind weaving in ends in the end. So now we can join the green yarn. So we chain 3 in green, turn. I don't know if you can hear that, that's a bee that got into my conservatory. I need to save it. Now in the next row we double crochet in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then we increase in every 4th stitch. And once again we do this 8 times all together, so that we'll have 40 stitches when the row is complete. It's 3, and then increase in the 4th. And repeat 6 more times now. Row 5 is done now, so again we chain 3, turn our work, and now in row 6, as you might be able to guess, we double crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we increase in every 5th stitch. And we do this 8 times in total. So once the row is complete, we will have 48 stitches. Row 6 is complete now, and this means that we can now join the yellow yarn. Sorry, I need to save the bee first. All the bees are back outside for now. So we chain 3 in yellow and turn, and in this row we double crochet in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we increase in every 6th stitch. And like before, we repeat this 7 more times, so 8 times altogether, so that once the row is complete, we'll have 56 stitches. That's row 7 complete. So now in row 8 we once again begin with 3 chains, and then we double crochet in the next 6 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we increase in every 7th stitch. And once again we do this 8 times in total, so now 7 more times. So once the row is done, we'll have 64 stitches. That's row 8 done. So now we can join the orange yarn. So we chain 3 in orange. 1, 2, 3. And this time we we double crochet 7. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and then we double crochet 2 in every 8th stitch. And as we did before, we repeat this 7 more times. So we'll have 8 repetitions altogether. And once the round is done, we'll have 72 stitches. That's row 9 done. So now towards the end, you might want to check and see how you're doing to see if your work will fit your embroidery hoop. So I think that's looking good because I still have 3 more rows to go. So I think this will fit. Of course, you can always add another row if your work is still too small for the hoop. So now in row 10, we begin with a chain of 3 once again, and this time we double crochet in the next 8 stitches, and then we increase in every 9th stitch. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 2 double crochet in the 9th stitch. And again, we do this 8 times in total, so we repeat it 7 more times. So once the row is done, we'll have 80 stitches. That's row 10 done, which means we'll join red, the last color. So we chain 3 in red, 1, 2, 3, and this time we double crochet in the next 9 stitches and then increase in every 10th stitch. And we do this 8 times in total, like before. So once this row is complete, we should have 88 stitches. 3, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2 in every 10th stitch. And now we do this 7 more times. So if your rainbow is as big as the outside of your hoop now, then you might want to stop here because that means it's big enough. And if it's a bit smaller, then you might want to add an extra row in the end. But you can check again once we completed row 12. So for row 12, we chain 3 again, and this time we double crochet in the next 10 stitches, and then we increase in every 11th stitch. So this means that once the round is done, we will have, let's see, 96. Yes, I think 96 stitches. Did you notice I can't crochet and calculate at the same time? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 2 in the 11th stitch. And we do this, we repeat this 7 more times, 8 times altogether. So now we will single crochet along the bottom of the rainbow and in the matching colors, and at the same time we will crochet in the ends so that we won't need to weave them in. That's it. So now we single crochet in the side of this double crochet here, and then another single crochet in the next row, and in the next single crochet we change colors to orange. So we pick up the yarn in red and then we pick up the orange yarn and pull it through the 2 loops. Just pull this tight. So we single crochet now in the side of the orange double crochet. That's 1. Then another one in here, and these ends lay on top of it, so we single crochet around them. And then in the next single crochet we change to yellow, so we pick up the yarn and pull it through in orange, and then we pick up the yellow yarn and pull it through the 2 orange loops. And now with the next single crochet in yellow, we'll change to green. Now 2 single crochet in green, that's 2, and with the third we change to blue. Then 2 single crochet in blue, and with the third one we change to purple. Now we can cut off any double yarn ends except the blue one, because we haven't crocheted that in yet, but the orange one, for example, has 2 ends, but we only need 1 for the other side, so we can cut that off. And the green one we can also cut off. And the yellow. Now we'll single crochet in the purple part. That's 1. 2. 3. Then the 4th goes here in the middle where we made the magic ring. It's 4. 5. 6, and then with the 7th we change back to blue again. Also now we can cut off the blue end. So we finish this single crochet in blue. Just pull this tight. Now 2 single crochet in blue. And with the next one we change to green. So now we're done with the blue color, and we can cut off the purple yarn because we won't need that anymore. Now we'll single crochet in the green part. One, and 2, and then with the third one we'll change to yellow. And now we can cut off the blue yarn. Then 2 single crochet in the yellow part. And then with the third one we change to orange. And here we can cut off the green yarn. Now 2 single crochet in the orange part, and with the third one we change to red, and we can cut off the yellow yarn. And then finally we'll do 3 single crochet, oops, 3 single crochet in red, and crochet around the orange end. And now we can cut off the orange end, cut that short, and fasten off the red one too. So now I'll just cut short any yarn ends that peek out. If you weave in all the yarn ends, it will look neater, of course, but for me, because I'm really lazy about weaving in ends, I'm okay with the result of this. Last time my rainbow turned out bigger in comparison to the frame that I used. This time I tried to crochet more loosely. And it turned out a little bit bigger, but not quite big enough to comfortably fit this hoop. So that's not a problem though, because I'm just going to sew the rainbow on the inner hoop, and that will make it easier to then put on the outer hoop. So I'll just start at one side. Just make a knot, and then I just go all the way around. You don't have to go through each stitch, but to me this part is actually quite therapeutic, so I'm gonna do that. That's my rainbow sewn on the inner part of the hoop. So, like I said, if your rainbow was big enough, then you could easily put it on the hoop like I did with this one. That's how it looks from the back. So now putting this on will be easy. And that's it. Again, if you don't like this look of the sewn on rainbow, then you could just add another row in which you would double crochet 11 and then increase in every 12th stitch and do this 8 times to add another row to your rainbow. So now all that's left to do is cut the yarn for the fringes. These are 10 inches long. I think for this one, because it is a little bit bigger, I'll make them a bit longer, maybe 11 inches. So I will cut the yarn 23 inches, so 11 by 2 makes 22, and then 1 inch extra. One inch extra for attaching them, maybe 2 inches extra, because then we're going to cut a little off in the end to make sure they're all the same length. So 24 inches, and now I cut 4 pieces of yarn in the same length in each color. Sorry, 8 pieces in each color. My yarn is cut now into 24-inch long pieces, 8 of each color. So now we can start making the fringes. We begin with the purple yarn in the middle. So you just fold it in half like so. Pull the loop around and pull the 2 ends through the loop. And just pull the loop tight. And now we repeat this with all 8 purple yarn pieces. Just make sure they're tightly attached. That's all the purple strings attached. So now we move on to the blue ones. And we attach 4 on each side of the purple ones. And now we continue adding 4 strings in each color to both sides. in the same order that we crocheted. That's all the fringes attached. So now I recommend that you first hang your wall hanging up wherever you'd like it to hang, and then don't worry about the fringes being a bit wavy now. If yours look like mine, after a few days of hanging they will probably straighten, and then you can just separate them one by one once it hangs up, and this will make them look more tidy if you want to. And then I recommend you wait until they straighten before you cut them all to the same length. This one has been hanging a few days and that's nice and straight now. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know anytime if you have any questions. Just comment below or email me at stellasyanuniverse@outlook.com. Thank you so much for watching and for crocheting along with me. Usually I post amigurumi tutorials, so this was just something a little different this time. So if you love amigurumi, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Happy creating. Bye.